and yielded 350 confirmed exoplanets, or planets orbiting other stars, on top of what the telescope had already uncovered since its March 7th, 2009 launch from Cape Canaveral. In all, close to 4,000 exoplanets have been confirmed over the past 2 decades. Two-thirds of them, thanks to Kepler. And there's more in this article. If you want me to continue reading, just let me know.
Well, I think we got the gist of it. Kepler bit the big one. She was a faithful ship and faithful telescope, rather, and I'm hoping they got a replacement because we need better, brighter, more beautiful. We gotta ring the bells and shake the chickens here. Space is big. It's really big. There's lots of stuff. There's lots to do.
Yes.
We gotta get out there, kids.
Yes. I'm going to skip the rest of the article, but I want to read one part. Because I wouldn't be the ace reporter that I am if I didn't report on the last line. And it says, now 94 million miles from Earth, Kepler should remain in a safe, stable orbit around the Sun. Flight controllers will disable the spacecraft's transmitters before bidding. Final good night.
Sending it off into oblivion.
Have a good night, Kepler.
Well, that was an incredible story, filled with mythic resonance.
Yes. Now,
spine tingling, really.
Now we find the historic yesterday's news.
Yep, about that time, kids.
And I need to find historic yesterday's news. This is time for historic yesterday's news.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
This is from express.co.uk. This is from May in 2016. And it is NASA historic announcement. More than 1,200 new planets that could hold life down.
What? So they found new planets?
This was after I'm able to get access to this article. The chance of life being found one day has been boosted after NASA scientists reveal they found 1,284 new planets that could house alien life by John Austin. Okay, let's see this. Okay, hold on 1 second. Technical difficulties. We'll just hold on 1 minute. Technical difficulties. Okay, I got the report. The U.S. Space Agency has just announced the discovery of the new exoplanets, which are said considered as similar to Earth due to their distance from the star they orbit. Timothy Morton, associate research scholar at Princeton University in New Jersey, said, "We have discovered 1,284 new planets, the most exoplanets ever announced at one time. It more than doubles the previous amount of exoplanets found by the Kepler telescope, taking the number to 2,325. Take note, this article was in 2016, and Kepler just said goodbye, but since we are yesterday's news, and we have shows like Spiritus Holographica on this network, we could go back in time and see what happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, we just heard how Kepler went off the old, shuffled on over the Rainbow Bridge, as it were. And now we've heard of the glorious career. Back in 2016, they found all those new planets. That's what Kepler gave us. So,
Yeah.
the retrospective, kids.
It comes after NASA said they now also believe every star in space has at least one planet orbiting it, further increasing the chance of life evolving somewhere. Paul Hertz, Astrophysics Division Director at NASA headquarters in Washington, said, "The Kepler Specialist Telescope is the first capable of detecting coal rocky planets in the habitable zone of their parent star. When launched, we did not know if exoplanets or rocky exoplanets were rare, and we now know they are extremely common, and most stars have at least one planet orbiting. Our research is on just a fraction of possible exoplanets, and knowing this is the first step in answering the question if we are alone in the universe."
Yeah, just one small step.
And since we're running out of time,
In a big way.
I am going to end the article with these final words, with Kepler signing off. In 2014, the spacecraft began a new extended mission called K2. K2 continued the search for exoplanets while introducing new research opportunities to study young stars, supernova, and other cosmic phenomena. It all lies in what Kepler did, as Kepler discovered parts unknown, the unknown that we couldn't find.
Space, the final frontier.
Exactly.
Man, I love Star Trek. I just gotta say it.
On that note, it is time for plugs.
This is yesterday's news with Joe Vector and Curtis the Bearheart. I'm Curtis Bearheart, and I'm an emissary from the Oakenuff Network, a parallel brand to the Joseph Vivaldi Network, which is what we're on right now. There's a couple nice channels. Oakwood's Eternity on the Oakenuff Network features the audiobook from Oakwood Publishing, Richard Andrew Oakes, David Michael Lockwood Jr. with Quantum Posey, featuring the writing of Richard Olkus as far as poetry is concerned, and his spoken word album, and Temporality Shadow, which is a paranormal investigation podcast featuring the Spirit Radio, and people read into it or interact with it, and then the recordings are played back slow, and you can hear from the suites on the AM band Vocal Anomalies. I've already heard a couple strange things, but I'm not sure exactly what's going on. The Okenuffs Network. Audiobooks, poetry, spoken word, paranormal investigation, game design, talk, a creative baptism for every day. Visit us on Spreaker.com and check out the writing, the Amazon Kindle.
I'm Joe Vexler, Ace Reporter, and Totem Wolf is not in the studio today. And he called on the phone and he had a question to ask you, Kurt.
Alright, lay it on me.
Have you ever been chased by the spirit ring?
No, I haven't. But I haven't been in a room with it working either. Because it's kind of spooky. I don't necessarily know what's going on there. And I'm to understand that Tesla invented this thing, so as far as I'm concerned, it's capable of anything. And I think that the Okenuff Studio it's not that they're taking a gamble, it's just it's an experiment. Anytime there's an experiment, there's something we're trying to find out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think it's cool, you know. I don't think they'll come with torches and pitchforks to put an end to it. But that being said, spooky. Very spooky. Just in time for Halloween, kids. Brand new episode.
Yes. When this airs, it will most likely be around Christmas.
Yes, I'm aware. It's just, you know.
It is Halloween now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've kind of, I don't know. It's been a good episode so far. I can't really complain.
It has been.
Yeah.
Let me do plugs. Okay. I am going to plug Finding Christmas, Story of Joseph by Joseph Vivaldi. And I plugged this earlier on in the podcast, but I will plug it again. Holidays are coming up. People are going to open their gifts. People are going to go crazy over turkey. And people will look for classic books to read. Well, this one by Joseph Vivaldi is a classic book to read. I mentioned a little bit before on it. Check it out. And also, I'm plugging Joseph Vivaldi Podcast. Joseph Vivaldi Podcast is rebranding once again. And it's going to have a few segments, some of which are a little new story by me, Joe Vexler, a little poetry by Slow-Mo Joe once in a while, inspirations with Jobber will be added, and maybe Jobber's Pit. And also, the readings from the books of Joseph Vivaldi, read nothing more than by Joseph Vivaldi. Joseph Vivaldi brand, Joseph Vivaldi Network, Joseph Vivaldi Podcast, Joseph Vivaldi Way of Life. And that note, we're going to bring this to a close.
It's time to bring this steaming train to a halt, kids. It sure has been a great episode. I've learned a lot. You've learned a lot.